Things are heating up in the NFL. We have teams that can clinch this week, teams that are already out, teams that are going to be out of the playoff race. Everything's getting out of hand. Let's go over these games. What's going on, guys? Dick Support here, back to another video, and today we are talking about Week 15. Hopefully I can recover after I had my first losing record of the season. I was not happy about that. I'm hoping I can rebound. Let's jump right into these games. Alright, our Thursday night game is going to be Atlanta taking on Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay. You had this division all but locked up, and then you let the Panthers back in. They got back in. Now you're tied for the division lead with them. And you still have to play them. I'm not going to say you're screwed because that's just mean, but yeah, you really need to get your act together. Luckily, looks like Mike Evans will be back this year, which will be a big help to them. But you got to get the win against Atlanta, Tampa Bay. You cannot fall against them. Get this win. I'm picking you. Please don't make me regret it. Washington takes on the Giants. This game, these teams have just had bad years. I mean, let's face it. The Commanders, Jane Daniels has been hurt for a lot of the season, and then with the New York Giants, I mean, all the turmoil there, it's just been a rough season for both of these teams. I'm just not going to beat a dead horse at this point. Let me just go with the home team. I'll go with the Giants, and then I'll move on. Cleveland taking on Chicago. For Cleveland, they just lost to Tennessee. You lost to a team that has one win and was playing a rookie quarterback against Myles Garrett and that defense. How did you lose that game? How did you let Tennessee score 31 points against you? Although, Shedeur, you did have a good game. You did have a good game. Meanwhile, for Chicago, losing to Green Bay, now it's going to be a little bit tighter for them. They can't afford too many more slip-ups because if they do, Detroit could easily jump them in the playoffs. I'm going to go with Chicago on this one. They're going to need a rebound. Arizona taking on Houston. Houston, oh my goodness, Houston. Oh my goodness. You are right now the 7th seed in the playoffs. I can't believe I'm saying this after beginning of November. It looked like they were dead in the water, and now they have the 7th seed. This is big for Houston. They're doing it again. Could they get this division again? We're going to find out. For Arizona, Kyler Murray definitely looks like he played his last snap as an Arizona Cardinal. I'm going to go with Houston over Arizona on this one. Jets taking on Jacksonville. For Jacksonville, they're leading the AFC South right now, and they're just playing good football. I mean, they're just getting better as the season goes on, and that's what you want to see from a team, that they get better as this season goes on. And in a year where there's no clear favorite in the AFC, the Jaguars could come out on top for the first time. Meanwhile, for the New York Jets, it's been rough. Just try to play spoiler at this point. See if you can play spoiler against Jacksonville. I'm going to pick Jacksonville, but Jets, see what you can do. Baltimore takes on Cincinnati. I just have to get one thing off my mind. That was a catch by Isaiah Likely. By the NFL's definition, that was a catch. Once he was keeping that ball away from the defender, he completed the process of the catch. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Baltimore got screwed against Pittsburgh. Alright? And if you don't believe that, then you really don't pay attention. If that's not a catch, then how the heck was Aaron Rodgers a catch? How was that a catch? I'm sorry. That just wasn't. Meanwhile, Cincinnati hanging on by a thread. They lose this game. They're out. I don't think they are going to lose. Give me Cincinnati over Baltimore. And honestly, this one could be ugly. Chargers taking on Kansas City. For Kansas City, I believe if they lose and the Texans win, they're out. I think that's right. Kansas City loses and the Texans win, Kansas City is out of the playoff race. Which is insane to think of. A team that had been to 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls and just entirely out of the playoffs. It's crazy. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they're sitting really good right now, but they got to keep stacking wins. They can't lose momentum. I say they get the win over Kansas City. Buffalo taking on New England. New England is one of 3 teams that can clinch playoff spots this week, and all they have to do is win. Win and you're in. By the way, That's the same thing the other two teams have to do. Win and you're in. Buffalo, they need this game. They need it. They really need it if they want to hold on to hope that they can win the AFC East. Unfortunately, the Patriots sweep them. I'm going with New England. Las Vegas taking on Philadelphia. For Philadelphia, oh my goodness, it's happening again. It's happening again. 2023. They got to get back on track right now. And I mean right now. And for the Raiders, well, Kenny Pickett's going to be starting at quarterback for them. Geno Smith is out with an injury, so we're going to see Kenny Pickett. Philadelphia, please take advantage of this. Get the win over the Raiders. Green Bay taking on Denver. For Green Bay, man, that was a big win for them against the Bears. Exactly what they needed. Meanwhile, for the Denver Broncos, they're the second team that can clinch a playoff spot with a win over the Packers. However, I don't see that happening. Give me Green Bay over the Broncos. It's got to end at some point, guys. It has to. All right, here's our final team. The Rams are at home taking on the Detroit Lions. For the Lions, they are on the outside looking in. But with the Chicago Bear loss, their chances did get a whole lot better. They played the Bears again. They've already beaten them once. They beat them again. They'll hold the tiebreaker against them. However, they got to keep stacking wins as well. And with the Rams, they are a really good team. Okay? There's a reason why they win, they're in. I'm going to go with the Rams over the Lions. Carolina takes on New Orleans. For Carolina, they win and Tampa Bay loses, they have sole possession of first place. Meanwhile, you have New Orleans, a team that could play spoiler. I mean, Carolina has been up and down this year. They can be consistent at the month of December. That would be great for them, but they haven't been consistent for most of the season. So nothing would surprise me here, but I am going to go with Carolina over New Orleans on this one. Indianapolis taking on Seattle. For Indianapolis, you did what? Phillip Rivers is on your practice squad. What the heck are you thinking, Indianapolis? There are other quarterbacks that are available that I could think of that would be better than 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. What? What the heck are you doing? I'm sorry, but Phillip Rivers is a finalist for the Hall of Fame. This year. What? And Seattle, they got to continue to stack wins. They got to continue to stack wins until they play the Rams again so that they have a shot at this division. I say they get the win over Indianapolis because right now, Indianapolis, they're at a crossroads and it's going to be tough for them after the injury to Daniel Jones. Tennessee takes on San Francisco. For San Francisco, this team, every time it seems like they're getting knocked down, they just come right back up. There's a reason why they're still in it for the NFC West. Meanwhile, you have Tennessee, a team that has 2 wins after getting a win last week against the Browns that do want to play spoiler towards the end of this season, and they're hoping that Cam Ward can improve. But really for the Titans, they just need a full offseason where they can just get players. Okay? That's what they need. They need to do a full reset on this team and build around Cam Ward. Give me San Francisco over the Titans. Minnesota takes on Dallas. For Dallas, they're still in it for the NFC West because the Eagles, they're starting to falter. So can the Cowboys take advantage of that? Meanwhile, for the Minnesota Vikings, it's just been a rough season for them. It really has been with the injuries and inconsistency of J.J. McCarthy and really just the entire team taking a step back from last year. I'm going to go with Dallas over Minnesota on this one. And our Monday night game is going to be Miami taking on Pittsburgh. For Pittsburgh, getting the win over Baltimore, they have sole possession of first place in the AFC North. And while they do play Baltimore again, they could get more separation if they beat Miami and Cincinnati beats Baltimore. I do have Cincinnati beating Baltimore, and I will have the Steelers beating the Dolphins. But it's not going to be as easy as I think people believe, because the Dolphins have been playing better, so anything is possible. Remember, in sports, anything goes. Especially when you have playoffs on the line and teams want to play spoiler. And the Dolphins, as I mentioned last week, have a great chance to play spoiler for a lot of teams in the upcoming weeks. Alright guys, those were my picks for Week 15. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Which of the 3 teams are going to clinch a playoff spot this week? Will it be the Rams, the Patriots, the Broncos? Will be all 3 of them? Will be 2 of them? Will be 1 of them? Let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.